Yo, guys, I'm just gonna. Yeah, let's see if this works. I'm just putting up the phone and then I'm gonna tell you a little about my business. Yeah, and I'm gonna do my washing at the same time so we can work good here. So, what I actually want to get into is how to make a company, you know? Because I just made my own, and this has been a dream for me for many years, but I never took the steps to actually get it done. And now I finally did a few months ago, and I'm starting to earn, which is awesome. And everything takes time and effort. And if you don't put those two things in, you won't get anywhere. So, yeah, for sure, also just with this YouTube channel, I have been like it's already 2025 now, and I had way bigger plans for this YouTube than it is right now. But I'm not like the best editor out there. So I don't yeah, I'm not super good at editing. I do enjoy editing, but I just haven't had time to do it, or the energy, or the drive, or the motivation to do the editing, even though I have a lot of content that I actually have recorded. So I feel like you really gotta push yourself in life, in areas, if you really wanna create something or do something with your life. I, like a year ago, I was in the Philippines, I was in Japan, I was in Dubai, and it was an awesome trip, and I learned a lot there as well. And I have some content as well, a lot actually. I also have a lot of. I could have gotten a lot more content even, but as we grow and learn, we also figure out how hard some things are to do, and we also figure out how easy some things are to do. And in many cases, it's just taking them choices and just doing it, instead of just waiting and I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I don't have the education for that, blah, 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 You don't need an education for everything in life. Yes, sure, you shouldn't scam people. You should know what you're talking about, which I do. But like you see the most people out there that's in financial sectors that's very good at what they do, they didn't learn these things from school. Even like me as a kindergarten teacher, I have probably used like 5% of what I learned in the seminar, in the, what do you call it? While I was in the university taking my pedagogical bachelor's of social science, I have probably only used 5% of that knowledge. And the only time I get to use this knowledge when I'm working with kids is not when I'm working with the kids most of the time. Like, when I really get to get into the stuff, it's when I'm at a meeting with all the adults, with all the other teachers. And this does not give me anything. So most what people use or have used or get better, that's by going out there and using their knowledge or creating new knowledge or getting better at actually handling with real people, you know. This is where the real work starts. It's the same. I'm also a cabinet maker. So I know how to make furniture, all that stuff. And they also told me once I graduated from that, they told me now the real learning starts. Because before that it was all school, you know, and theories and whatnot, you know. And sure, you can use some of that, but practical experience is way more important in terms of a lot of different things. Like, we can even go as far as talking about a breakup. If you have not experienced a breakup and how that feels, you have no idea how that feels. And you have no idea how to relate to people who have experienced it. And then again, even if you know, you won't be able to know completely because everyone's different. And everyone tackles their own things in different ways. For me, I was super emotional. Very, very emotional. I was never freaking angry. And I'm still never really freaking angry at things. The only thing that could get me angry was my mom and traffic. I don't do road rage, but when I'm driving in traffic and she's the one who's supposed to point me in the right direction, and she goes like, oh, look over there, oh, look over there, oh, this is where I used to live, oh, this is where I used to do this, and this is where I used to go to school. And it's like, hey, why didn't you go there? You were supposed to turn over there. I pointed there. You're like, yeah, you're pointing everywhere, you know? Just a second, I gotta go get some more clothes. So, yeah, sure, experience works, but I'm learning right now that experience is also just, it's important to have, but in one way, it's the expensive thing, it's the expensive way to get something, you know? Before I got a relationship, for example, I read at least, I don't know, 5-10 books about women and girls and how to be a good man and blah blah blah, you know. And then when as I finally got into a relationship, yeah, maybe I used a little, but I didn't use a lot of these things. I honestly wanted to listen to the books again to get into, oh yeah, this is the things that are good to do and whatnot, you know. But you kind of forget to do a lot of things. So you need to remind yourself of all the good things. What is a good relationship? Why is it good? And such. So I've been wanting to do life coaching for at least 10 years or 9 years. And I never took the step, except, yeah, I did a little commercial here and there, but I never like committed to it. And now I just decided, yeah, I'm gonna go travel, and then I'm gonna build my thing while I go travel. What happened? I went traveling, and that was freaking awesome. But what happened? Did a lot happen? No. Like, because I didn't push myself to create videos, because I was very insecure about all these new countries that I've never been to, and like, I don't know what people look at me like and blah blah blah. And now, of course, I got to the place where I'm like, it doesn't freaking matter what people think about you, when people look at you, and like, it doesn't matter. So it's like, it's like you'll never see all these people again. We tend to push ourselves so far back with the things we actually want to do because we're scared. And like everyone just tells us like, no, just get a normal job, blah, 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 you know. And then we see all these gurus and what, like, oh, you can do this, you can be millionaire, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, sure, sometimes things work out and people are lucky, you know. And sometimes they don't. And people are not so lucky. But this also depends on like, if you do a mentorship or whatever, yeah, they will teach you how they did the things. That doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, right? So ultimately, we need to figure out what works for us and how we are as people and what we actually enjoy. These are the hard things of life, because we can't really know, or other people, they can't really know what's good for us and what we enjoy, because they're not us. It's that simple. And it's only you who can figure out what is actually good for you. And me as well, I was like, I had all the crazy ideas about like making a YouTube, making it look super fancy, going to the beaches. Yeah, this is how we do it. Now I'm a life coach, blah blah blah. But I don't want to sell people on fake shit. I don't want to. So I didn't. It felt too no. Even though this might work for a lot of people, I don't want to do something that's fake and it's not genuine, you know? Because I'm a good person. And yeah, but anyway, you can learn everything from the internet, but you won't learn anything if you don't take action in doing these things as well. And I didn't take action. I learned a lot of things, I know a lot of things, but I never took action. So then I never got anywhere, which is stupid, right? I'm a martial arts instructor right now also. And I have tights that I use for a workout. And I was just out running with these, but I want to wash them. So, but I have multiple ones. I'm just making sure I have extra, so I won't go to kickboxing without any clothes. That's not fun. Yeah. No, there's a hole in this one. Yeah. Okay. So, and it's funny with life, people often first do things when it hurts enough, and they're like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not doing anything, you know? And that's also the point when people start to be willing to pay their way out of their problems, which can be a solution if you buy something that will work for you, you know? For example, coaching. Because this is all about you, right? Coaching teaches you about yourself. It's just a second. I have some pants somewhere. Hey, yeah. When things hurt, you start to take more action. Or when the pain becomes so big that you have to take action to avoid the pain of your problem, that is when you take action. For example, this happens pretty often, or it did for me at least, with my breakup. Yeah. So I got to a point where I was like, I am a life coach, and even when I was in therapy, my therapist said, "You." When he heard I educated myself as a life coach, he said, "You are now your own biggest client," and that makes very very good sense. I can life coach myself. Every coach needs a coach. That's a coaching motto, you know. Even coaches need coaches. But we can also coach ourselves. Use the same things we use on people on ourselves, which is smart. Um, so, in areas where I didn't know anything, of course, I would need help as well. So, I don't know anything about business. I know about guidance, I know about mindset, self development, relationships, blah, 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 you know, all these things. But I don't know a lot about business. So, of course, I figured out okay, I need a guide as well, just in business. And I got to the point where I was like, you know, I don't want to wait. Of course, I can wait and work a fucking annoying job. I just quit my job a month ago because I started crying, you know. It was too much stress. It was just too many things happening. I started crying at work and went home crying from work. 2 straight days after each other, and third day I took off. And it was just not good, you know. And I just realized, okay, my body's telling me this is not good for me anymore. So yeah, I just quit without any safety plan or anything. So now I have a little bit of savings, but not a lot. But back then I started before I quit, you know, because yeah, I want something safe for the future. It's good to have a plan. It's good to have a plan. And I did. But when I went down and I started crying and everything was fucked, I was super stressed. I couldn't think straight anymore. And all the plans just went out the window. And I knew this from back when I was super heartbroken, that when your mental health is not good anymore, everything goes out the door. Then nothing freaking matters anymore, you know? So it's very important we keep our mental health good. Yes. But anyway, before that, I had applied to a program and I had enough money for it, and it's fine. I had paid it off even. It was very expensive, but it was a program that's set up like so I would get customers in, or at least people who were interested in my product. And we set up a Facebook page and an Instagram and a system like where they put in their email and phone numbers. And then they have some education every week on like business education and how to sell and stuff like that, you know. So I've been doing that, but honestly, I feel like yeah, you can find a lot of this info online and a lot of good stuff that's even better than what they provide, because they don't provide much. I already read like 8 books on selling and how to run a company yourself and stuff. And it has provided me with way more than they ever did. But the important thing here is it got me started. Because I probably wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing now, learning the things I'm learning now, if I didn't pay that pretty huge amount of money to them to set up these systems and get me started. Yeah, it might have been slower, but it's totally doable for anyone to do this. Anyway, so I quit my job. I have, at this point, another money for another 2 months. Probably 5 months when I get my last paycheck from work. Because they still owe me for like 2 months-ish. Yeah. But it gets a bit tricky now, because now I gotta really work to make things work, which is also super interesting. And I've never had this much freedom in my entire life, in a way. And I'm doing what I have to do, but I can for sure do more. And this is just like a update on life. Also, my book, I started reading it again, and I found out there's a lot of good info in this book, and for sure I have to use the book on myself as well, because I'm 100% everyone who use these tactics will get success and go on with life. But life also happens at times, and you have to take a chill pill. And you just need stability or whatever, Life can be crazy. So, yeah, it all depends. And yeah, I'm here to help you guys, of course, if you need help. But ultimately, yeah, the book, I started reading it again, and I started editing it again, because I realized there was actually a lot of sentences that was like overuse. It was just too much. I didn't enjoy it myself. I love my book, and it's very good, but I had repeated the same sentence too much. So now I'm editing the book to make it better and to make it not too repetitive in those areas. So it'll be more endurable to read the stories and experiences in it. Yeah. And also the feedback I've gotten from the book for the people who have read it, they really liked it, even though it was kind of repetitive at places. But that's also life. You gotta repeat things until you succeed with it. For example, right now I'm running every day 8 kilometers, except for yesterday I walked 14 instead. Yeah, so that's just life, right? And gotta keep at it. And you can do absolutely everything, anything that you set your mind to and that you want to. But everything takes work. And everything's hard in the beginning, just like riding a bicycle, right? It's hard in the beginning, but then it gets easier. And when you then figure out how to get your balance and this, then you can start to do tricks, It's the same with building a business, right? It's hard in the beginning and you don't understand how to get your balance. And then once you figure this out, oh, I got the balance here. Okay, now I need to figure out how to, if I get a flat tire, how to repair that. I have to figure out how to use the brakes right. If I want to do cool jumps, I have to figure out, okay, how do I jump on a bicycle? Do I need to use my balance differently, or do I want to upgrade my bicycle? Do I want to add more reflexes or a cool ringing bell, or do I need? Oh yeah, it's probably a good idea with a helmet. Yeah, of course I need a helmet. Maybe I need a better helmet so it can protect me better. So all of these things, it's the same in business, honestly. And when you're used to something like riding a bicycle and it's like, it's easy, it's the same with business. Everything's hard in the beginning and then it gets easier because you know how to do it. So it's not because things actually get easier. It's the same things that are happening, but you just know how to deal with them. You know how to remain in balance, right? So yeah, I signed my first client, which was pretty good, a 3-month client, and it paid pretty well. And yeah, now I'm just learning how to be better at selling and closing deals and stuff like this because I really want to help people. And I see I can, and I see people are being helped by the things I'm doing. And I don't want them to be stuck like I have been for like 10 years until I decided to buy something and actually get the knowledge I needed to make things better. So now I do the same for other people. And this is how the world goes round. And I love it. I love helping people. And I probably put more time into this than I should. I like create videos for people and stuff so they can better do the things we agree on. Um so yeah, for sure. It'd be good for anyone if they want life coaching. I'm here to help. Yeah. I can probably add my Facebook page on this company in the link in a link below or something. Or I mean, if I would rather be to sell this, I will just say, "Yo, guys, click the link below if you need help." Blah 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 blah. But I just want to show up genuinely and tell you guys, yeah, you can if you want to. Um, so that's pretty much the story of the last couple of months. I have not been uploading a lot, especially not on YouTube, but I am uploading pretty often on my Facebook site that's called Travel, Inspire, Explore with David. TIED, yeah, Tide. Travel, Inspire, Explore with David. So that's a Facebook page I have. Most of my followers are from the Philippines, and like some of the content is also from the Philippines, but I haven't uploaded a lot from the Philippines or Dubai or Japan. It's all on my laptop, but I have a lot of content. But as I said, I just haven't gotten down to creating it or editing it. And that's also why, for example, with this video, I'm just gonna upload it because if I don't, it'll just stay there on my computer for I don't know how long. And then at some point, it's not relevant anymore. And I already have a lot of videos that's like that. It's like just stupid. So, yeah, that's why you also gotta plan things in your life and make goals and do these things, because otherwise it gets hard and you forget about it, and then life happens and it's like, oh yeah, I gotta do this and this and this. So yeah, that's been the things that's been happening recently. And yeah, I have lost weight. If we're getting down to that, I also gained weight again, up and down, up and down, up and down. You gotta stay consistent with things if you want to see a change. And it will work. But you also gotta stop eating, which I have been eating a lot. I found new ways of getting food because it's quite expensive to buy food here. So because of that, I haven't been eating as healthy as I should or would or want to. So I'm gonna change that up again because a lot of that stuff I got very cheap was bread, like white bread, and that's just not healthy. So yeah, I already know what to do to change that. And yeah, have a good one. Stay motivated, stay active, stay on the grind, push yourself a bit more, like remind yourself. If you find it hard, you can do one of the things I've done, like write a post-it note and then write what you got to do, put it on your screen or wherever when you find out, oh, now you're just gonna chillax or whatever. And then just like write one thing a day. That's what I did for a long time. And with that, I just improved one thing a day, every day. So it just meant I had to do something. For example, now I just did my washing and a YouTube video at the same time. That's smart. So, and like they say, everything can be content. And this is just my content without music or anything because I don't really have, yeah, I'm not putting the work into that right now. But I still hope you can enjoy this. You can always open a tab on the side and listen to some relaxing music while you listen to this or watch this if you enjoy this content. Have a freaking awesome day. See ya.